birth. I was put on the search on that date in '68. Father unemployed, teenage mother. 2 years later, had my little brother. I remember it vividly. Mom was at home, but my pops didn't live with me. He was another Rolling Stone, brother gone. Left his wife and kids at home alone. But mom took up the slack like a vet. These were the years of the blood, tears and sweat. Didn't have a lot of money, but we managed. Sometimes for dinner, I have to eat a wish sandwich. Mom worked 2 jobs, and on the side she modeled while Pop was on the turf chilling with his bottle. Still I loved him, and the women, they jocked him. And Skip was known for boxing, but my mama was my queen from Africa. Still strong, beautiful like Cleopatra. Pop would sometimes help us a little bit, but on the real, that little bit wasn't shit. Me and Zoe was missing him for companionship, support, and discipline. We the public business, that's what instead of killers and players. I guess it's funky, but it's fair. 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 Employed telling dope, got him by the boulders, trying to get over. It's not my mom's fault that I'm in this scene. Left a spot at the young age of 15. I was always in hot water. Thought I was grown, wouldn't listen to my stepfather. When all he told me was stay in school and make the right call, wouldn't listen. Thought I knew it all, but I quickly got a whip for reality. Cause in life you need a salary, and all I got is selling dope to make ends. Was probation, county jail, and a state pens. Now I'm an ex-felon due to my dope selling. Can't get a job now, I gotta steal and rob, and still be a father to my son and my daughter. And think about my pops, make me strive hard. Man, you don't hear me though, damn, I got knocked at see a career criminal. And I'm feeling that my life is finished, cause they gave me a 12-year sentence. And will my folks be there? It's funky, but it's fair. 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 It's funky, but it's every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival, and your vest ain't reliable. Even if you're not cast in the play, you might just get you straight for being in the way. My cousin Timmy couldn't have been unluckier. He was killed under the cypress structure. In his car, him and Michelle was pinned, buried alive under a ton of cement. My partner Al, he was killed due to envy. Brother get shot cause of mistaken identity. I saw our body face down on the deck. Holes in his back, in his head, and his neck. The corpse dressed fresh like he had a lot of mail, but you can't spend money up in heaven or in hell. The scene was grotesque, blood was pouring out his chest. The hollow point bullets, they ripped through his vest. But what can you expect when the crew is getting at you? A Uzi and a 9 will leave you sniffing like a statue. So say goodbye to your delusions of a looting. Cause out your chest a lot of flesh will be protruding. And when your people get the news, I'm pretty sure they'll be freaking when they see you on the ground full of holes steady leaking over something of minute worth. A piece of earth that you claimed as your turf. You chose your life, you knew them fools was crooked. Plus you knew the job was off the first date that you took it. The execution of another young black player. It's funky, but it's fair.
What's up, folks? This is DjRon, the classic DJ from the Bay Area, California. I'm just sitting here chilling this afternoon and just hoping everybody doing all right. As you see, the sun is kind of shining out here. It's a June afternoon, so summertime haven't hit yet. But what I'm getting ready to do is just get into this thing I'm going to call just analyzing some of the greatest flows that I've ever heard before. As you see in my name, I'm DjRon, the classic DJ from the Bay. So I thought it was appropriate to start off with a Bay Area song. You know what I mean? And hopefully this will reach people outside of the Bay Area and just be able to understand our love and affinity of hip-hop music and so forth. You know, we are the ones who influenced the great Tupac, and we've had other great, other than that, Too Short, who doesn't get his props for being one of the longest tenured rappers ever, if not the longest, as far as still being relevant to this day. And you got folks like E40 following his footsteps. But this cat, though, the reason why I'm going with this particular one is from a group called Next to Kin, and his name is Zoda Rooster, or is it Zoda Roaster? the thing about it is I never knew him by that name. I knew there was two people in the group. They seemed to look like twins. So let me see if I can just show you the cover on it here or whatnot. They seem to look like twins, or they could be like the same person. I don't know. The name of the group was called Next to Kin, and I was introduced to them in 1993, if I remember correctly. So this is a time where gangster rap was definitely becoming prevalent with the sounds of the death row and stuff like that. But these cats they was on some gangster, but they was also on some conscious though, which is kind of rare, especially these days. You know what I mean? So this particular song, I'm going to listen to it as if I've almost never heard it before. And again, I just want to touch once again, the reason why I chose this particular song by this particular artist or featuring this particular artist is because I just got wind that he passed away like a couple of weeks ago. I knew that. But I guess they're going to be doing a memorial over in Oakland today, so I'm praying for peace. I hope that, by the time that you hear this, you'll not have heard anything bad or anything like that jumping off, as like say in San Francisco, which is also right here in the Bay Area. We're in San Francisco Bay Area, for those that don't know. So look, without further ado, I'm going to get into this song. Again, we're going to listen to it like we never heard it before, because most of you probably never heard it before. But I'm the classic DJ from the Bay, and this is definitely a classic song with a great message in it. So I'm going to go ahead and pump it up. Hey, is kicking. Hard hit bass line. Okay, so real fast, we're getting into what I call an introspective rap song. Okay, it looks like he's giving us some insight about how he came to be at this particular time. Mother unemployed, teenage. What do you say? Father unemployed, teenage mother. That's a typical story growing up in the ghetto. This particular guy grew up in Oakland, it looks like. But I did hear recently that he has some ties to Richmond, California as well. But his father was unemployed, teenage mother. A few years later, had his little brother. So that was the two guys that was on the album cover. So let's just listen to it a little bit more. Again, I love bring back introspective rap songs. Let us know why, even if you just one of them mumble but killing everybody rappers, let us know how you came to be. Why you're in a situation where you just want to kill everybody nowadays. You know what I mean? Do your listener a favor by doing that. So let's just go a little bit further. Probably try to take it back just a little bit. Mom was at home, but my pops didn't live. He was another rolling stone, brother to go. Left his wife and kids at home alone. But mom took the slack like a vet. For the kids in her blood, tears and sweat. Didn't have a lot of money, but we managed. Sometimes for dinner, I have to eat a wheat step. Mom worked 2 jobs. Father left the house. Mom picked up the slack like a vet. Many of us was raised by single mothers, so we could kind of understand what he's saying like that. But he said they didn't have much, but they managed, and sometimes he had to eat a wish sandwich. You got to be from the old school to understand what a wish sandwich was. I wish I had a sandwich. I wish I had some bologna on this bread to eat a wish sandwich. So look, he's spitting on here a little bit. I don't know if this is Zoe. I'm assuming it is because he definitely sounds a little older. But let's just go ahead and listen to it a little bit more. Slack like a vet. For the kids in her blood, tears and sweat. Didn't have a lot of money, but we managed. Sometimes for dinner, I have to eat a wheat step. Mom worked 2 jobs, and on the side she modeled. My pops on the turn, chillin' with his pop. Still I loved him, and the women they clocked him. The strip was known for boxing, but my mom was my queen from Africa. Still strong, beautiful like Cleopatra. Thought you sometime help us a little bit. Put on the real, that little bit. Okay, there it goes right there. You know what? Let me just bring that back just a little bit. Look, quite a bit to unpack right there. So let me just go back just a little bit. So there we go right here. That's not Zoe rapping. He said me and Zoe was missing them, missing their father. You know what I mean? But one thing I noticed, he said a cuss word. He started out and didn't hardly say nothing at all. Everything was just about revealing who he was, where he come from, and then we hear one cuss word on there. So I just thought that was kind of important as well because, I talked about his conscious yet gangster rap. So like how Tupac was when he first came to California, right? That's what we kind of remember him as when he got started. He was definitely on a knowledge tip, but he could kick some gangster as well. So let's just listen to it a little bit more. I'm just going to pick up from right there. I'm not going to even go back now. I got to go back a little bit. Don't you love when a rap song makes you want to go back and rewind? Like, what did he say? But I think I got it, but I just want to be right when I say it. So when he said Skip was known for boxing, he's talking about his father. He said he was be chilling with his bottle while Moms was out working or whatever. That means on the block, wherever he may be, having a little bottle, it's probably some taco gin or something like that. Old school days, it might have been some Night Train, it might have been Boone's Farms or whatever. You know what I mean? Some Thunderbird. But that's what he was saying. But again, let me just let it roll.
But my mama was my queen from Africa. Still strong, beautiful, like Cleopatra. Thought you sometime help us a little bit. Put on the real, that little bit, but shit. Me and Joe was missing her. For companionship, support, and discipline. We the brother, missus, that's what's that a killers to play. I get this funky blood.
So what he said was his father wasn't there, right? The little bit he done wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? And he said me and Zoe was missing him for companionship, support, and discipline. That's the story for a lot of young black men, even my age. We're not young no more, but a lot of times that's the same story that's been told that we didn't have him around. So he said I could have been probably in the White House instead of hanging with killers and players. I guess it's funky, but it's fair. So that's what he was saying right there. And it might not have been White House, but he was saying something about a house instead of hanging with killers and players. I got that part. So, ain't that the most of us? As a youngster, you can't tell us nothing, especially if you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So what he said is, he said now, as I'm getting older, I got a job and I'm selling boulders. You know what I mean? And that's just a story. In the 80s, late 80s and the 90s, that's what it was. Some of us might have had a job, but we want a lot more than what a job could provide. You know what I mean? We didn't see our managers in here in the Bay Area pull it up on no gold ones in their cars and stuff like that. So, we ascribe to have something a little bit more, you know what I mean, than just a little Honda Civic or whatnot, and really, let's just keep it 100. Then nobody want to rush to college and try to earn our way up. No, we see our brothers down the street getting it right now. We finna go and get it right now. So let's go back to it. That same verse one more time.
Trying to get over. It's not my mom's fault that I'm in this scene. Left a spot at the young age of 15. I was always in hot water. Thought I was grown, wouldn't listen to my stepfather. When all he told me was stay in school and make the right call, wouldn't listen. Thought I knew it all, but I quickly got a whip for reality. Cause the life you need a salary. And all I got was selling dope to make ends. With probation, county jail, and a state bench. Now I'm an ex-felon due to my dope selling. Can't get a job now, gotta still ride. Still be a father to my son and my daughter. And think about my pops, but you strive on.
Now, I'm not going to speak for him, but I'm just going to enlighten you real fast. So he went to jail for selling dope, basically. You know what I'm saying? So when he got out, he can't get no job now. He's thinking about, okay, I'm gonna try it that way, get a job, but you can't get a job because you're ex-felon. You know what I mean? And here's one thing about ex-felons. I'm gonna speak for some of the people I know. Now, okay, and even myself. You know, when you're an ex-felon, you get out, you're on that paperwork, whether it's, you know, went to the pen and you're on parole now. And that means if you're on parole, anytime you get pulled over, it's automatic search and seizure. You know what I mean? They're going to search you and they're going to seize you if you have anything that you ain't supposed to have. So what we typically want to do is we want to do something a little different. Don't want to get caught riding dirty. So typically we want to try something a little bit different. You know, I remember one of the suggestions for me was to sell some chronic, but me personally, I didn't want to have something that bulky that I had to have on me all the time. Plus, I liked it. I didn't want to sell what I smoked. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't P testing in them days. So yeah, it's the same story that a lot of brothers go through, and it seems like the theme of it is that this is what happened. It's funky, but it's fair. You know what I mean? It's just my life. It was funky, but it's fair. So let's just get a little bit more. And shout out to whoever this is on the pianos or whatever. It sounds like it's digital underground influence. Remember the song "Do What You Like" by Digital Underground? They had a lot of pianos and like pipe organs or something going on in there. I can't really put my finger on it. Literally, you know, I can't put. But he got some great dope music going on. Start off with the drum kick, remember, and then the bass line drop, but then you got some strings and you got some piano. So anyway, we'll hear it. Hopefully, if they go back to that chorus again, we'll hear it.
For reality, cause they're like, you need a salary. And all I got is selling dope to make ends. With probation, county jail, and a state police. Now I'm an ex-felon due to my dope selling. Can't get a job now, gotta still ride. And still be a father to my son and my daughter. And think about my pops, but you strive on. Man, you don't hear me though. Damn, I got nothing. I see a career criminal. And I'm feeling that my life is finished. Cause they gave me a 12-year sentence. And when my folks be there, it's funky, but it's fair. It's funky, but it's
Piano.
It's funky, but it's fair. It's funky, but it's fair. It's funky, but it's fair. It's funky, but it's every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival, and your vest ain't reliable. Even if you're not cast in the play, you might just get you straight for being in the way.
Hold on. Let me rewind that back before I even talk about that part. Hold on a minute. That was a bar.
Every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival, and your vest ain't reliable. Even if you're not cast in the play, you might just get you straight for being in the way.
He talking about the street life. This man, if I can recite it correctly, just said, every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival. A rival. They call them ops nowadays, but he said a rival. You know, that's the rival team. That's the enemy. Every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival. It's one of the things that you're up against. And your vest is not reliable. Even if you're not the cast in the play, you might just catch a stray for being in the way. If that wasn't a bar, that goes up there with Ice Cube, rather be judged by 12, carried by 6, whatever. I started small time dope gang, cocaine, pushing rocks on the block, I never broke, man. That is up there with that. Because he's speaking some real facts, though. He said if you're not the cast, even if you're not the cast in the play, you know, a playwright, Tyler Perry, will write you a part. But he was saying even if you don't have a part in the play that's going down, you might just catch a stray for being in the way. That means you could be hanging out, trying to survive, and rivals come through. They don't want you, but you still get shot. I know some of us can relate and probably lost somebody like that, right? Had to deal with something like that, right? It reminds me of my partner Chewy. You know what I'm saying? Who consequently, I was one of the first people I turned on to this album, and he loved the song, particularly that part of the lyric. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give credit where credit is due. Yes, I'm sitting here like it's my first time hearing it, but when I did first time understanding that particular piece, it was Dury who broke it down to me. So rest in peace, Dury Haynes. Let's just go ahead and listen to some more. I think I went back a little bit. Give it to you one more time.
Every day is a battle for survival. You might be shot by a rival, and your vest ain't reliable. Even if you're not cast in the play, you might just get you straight for being in the way. Cousin Jimmy couldn't have been unlucky. He was killed under the cypress structure. In his cranium, the cell was big. Buried alive under a ton of cement.
His cousin Jimmy couldn't have been unluckier. He was killed under the cypress structure. Most people from the Bay Area who are of age remember the earthquake we had in 1989 where a part of the Bay Bridge kind of collapsed a little bit. One of the decks kind of crashed down to the other deck. But the cypress structure was a freeway that came through Oakland that brought you into the Emeryville, the maze, and all that kind of stuff to get to Emeryville or go to San Francisco, and the whole freeway collapsed. So a lot of people was as this man said, buried alive under a ton of cement. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to all those who died in it, and also prayer goes out to those who were affected and those who knew somebody was going to be on there. So that's what he's talking about right here.
My brother Al, he was killed due to envy. Whether he suffered the mistaken identity, that's all body face down on the deck. Holes in his back, in his head, in his neck. The ghost fresh like he had a lot of mail. But you can't spend money up in heaven or in hell. This nigga's grotesque, blood was pouring out his chest. The hollow point bullets that ripped through his vest. But what can you expect when the phone's getting at you? A Uzi and an anomaly was sticking like a statue. So think about your delusions of polluting. Get out your chest, a lot of flesh will be protruding. And when your people get to know them, pretty sure they'll be freaking when they see you on the ground full of holes steady leaking. Over something of minute worth. A piece of earth that you claimed as your turf.
Oh, so what we have here is just somebody who's coming of age right before our very eyes, or in this case, right before our ears, right? So he was saying, my partner Al was killed due to envy. You know what I mean? And then he goes on to say, when he went to the funeral, he said the body was fresh dressed like he had a lot of money. He said male on here, but of course, Bay Area, we know male means money. And he said you can't spend it though if you're in heaven or up in hell though. In other words, you can't take it with you. You know, grandma and them said all the time, they don't have a Brinks truck following no caskets or following no hearse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like now he's at the point where he's just telling the listener that this is funky but it's fair if you decide to go that route. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take it back just a little bit and we're going to go ahead and ride it on out.
But what can you expect when the phone's getting in his cranium and the cell was big?
A little bit more back.
My brother Al, he was killed due to envy. Whether he suffered the mistaken identity, that's all body face down on the deck. Holes in his back, in his head, in his neck. The ghost fresh like he had a lot of mail. But you can't spend money up in heaven or in hell. This nigga's grotesque, blood was pouring out his chest. The hollow point bullets that ripped through his vest. But what can you expect when the phone's getting at you? A Uzi and an anomaly was sticking like a statue. So think about your delusions of polluting. Get out your chest, a lot of flesh will be protruding. And when your people get to know them, pretty sure they'll be freaking when they see you on the ground full of holes steady leaking. Over something of minute worth. A piece of earth that you claimed as your turf. You told your life you knew the fools was crooked. Don't you know the job was the first day that you took it? The execution of another young black play. It was funky, but it's fake.
Lyricists, man. I mean, you just can't sleep on what's been said in most good rap songs. You know what I mean? It's just some stuff go over people's head, but in our day, I'm sorry, I don't know what they be talking about nowadays, and they probably be saying a little something too, but that is a deep song, though. You know what I mean? And then he goes on to say, you chose your life. You knew them fools was crooked, but you knew the job was hard the first day that you took it. Remember the commentary I was saying as far as growing up now and trying to teach somebody else that, you know, this is not it, it's funky, but it's fair, because the streets ain't gonna save you and nothing like that. It's just, you know, it's just a very, very deep song. So look, I'm about to let the beat ride on out from here. I think I tapped it back just a little bit, but one thing I do know, even though it's my first time listening to it, is that the beat is gonna ride out. So look, I plan to do more of these, and it's probably going to be some more popular songs. I'm going to stay with the Bay for the meantime, in between time. But look, as far as the next of kin, if it's some kind of way that you could purchase this tape somewhere, I don't even know where to go buy the album at, the CD or whatever. It's definitely classic, but do like I do. I still got it on my laptop because I had the CD back in the days. It's not something that's going to be requested at a party, but they got some cuts on this album, though. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that I was so glad when I seen it on Spotify, I was able to stream it. It's been on YouTube for quite some time. So it's called Next to Kin. The name of the album is Ghetto Poetry. Next to Kin, and it's next the number 2 kin, which, you know, they next to kin. I guess the next to kin is being a little brother. I don't have no brothers and sisters, but I'm pretty sure that that's what they're talking about. And it's just, like I said, it's just a great album. This is my favorite song on the album, but this is not the best song on the album. I'm sure most people will say that. There's a song on there called This Town. There's a song called Everyday Schedule, and When My Nine Hit 'Em, and a few more of them, though. So it's something for everybody. They kind of picked up what Ascari X had left off at. For those who don't remember, man, there's a thought, Ascari X. For those who remember Ascari X, y'all know what I'm talking about. So look, I'm going to go ahead and dip out. You know, peace to Zoda Roaster's family, and again, I hope that they have a great time today while they remember him and everything. But the thing about it is that I think that they get paid off listening to it. So I don't listen to it to pay people. I listen to it because it pays me to listen to some good music. You know what I'm saying? And I think it'll benefit you as well. That's what it's supposed to be all about, right? It's give and take. I give you something that you like, and then you give me something that I like. And in this case, may even need. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is DjRon, the classic DJ from the Bay. I appreciate you for listening to me. And this is one of the inaugural segments, but I plan to come back and do quite a few more. It's just one of them days where I just came in from church today, didn't suit up, just, you know, let everybody know it's still God first with me. And I'm just sitting in my living room, just diagnosing one of the greatest flows that I've ever heard, and hopefully, you know, you'll be able to appreciate it. It might not be one of the greatest you know of, but again, it's definitely one of the greatest flows ever. Take care.
Funky but it's fake. 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 Funky but it's fake.
Much love to the Bay Area. Richmond, California, Oakland, California, Vallejo, California, Berkeley, California, San Francisco, California, and in this case, Oakland, California. Can't forget about East Palo Alto, California, and also give a shout out to up north to Sacramento, California. They're not in the Bay, but they play the Bay way, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Live instruments going on over here too. Somebody's showing up some talent, man. I don't know if they went to church or whatever, but there ain't no programs right there. That's real pianos right here. Drop the bass line.